Oh, King David, shorty. Oh, King David. Oh, King David.
You still got the tag on the back of your head.
I'm saying, though, about them tunnels, though. What's going on, man?
Like a little late.
I know.
I need to see the YouTube channel.
I had to come back to see what's to them tunnels on King David. Do you believe black people is the real Jews? You said what?
No. If you're Jewish, then I'm black.
Shalom, my friends. Welcome to another video. And it happens to be April Fool's Day, but this is very appropriate because this individual, Famous Richard, he has been notoriously going around to 770 Chabad Lubavitch and spreading blood libel, spreading, basically capitalizing on a news story about the property dispute in 770 and basically spreading lies that, there's a Jewish conspiracy theory, blood libel, tunnels, to capitalize on the, the whole Palestinian Israel narrative, conspiracy theories. Pretty dark and ugly stuff. Anyway, let's keep watching and hear some of his views, whether they be parodic, whether they be serious, and you'll be the judge. And let's give this a watch. You're gonna find this interesting if you haven't seen this character before.
What? Whoa. Oh, King David. Oh, King David. What, black people was the real King David? Free Palestine. Yeah. Oh, King David, yeah. Free. Yeah, I got my pipe. You got your free Palestine. I should have that on your ass. Free Palestine. They said y'all got $3,000 reward on me.
So you can see this guy is insinuating going up to just random Jews on the street, saying things like "Free Palestine." What's his goal here? What's his end game? Right? Saying that let's see this little conversation. We'll just keep going. We'll keep going. What do you think his goal is here? What do you think his goal is?
The Jews got to reward them. Y'all got to reward them? All right. On King David.
No.
We the real Israelites.
Where you from?
Jerusalem. We the real Israelites. Okay, he's tweaking. What's wrong with him, boy? He had the skin of bronze and the hair of wool. You don't believe Jesus was black?
No, he's from Israel. You know any black Israelis?
Jesus is from Israel. We is from Israel. What are you talking about, gang? Oh, King David. Y'all stole our culture.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
You can't steal someone's culture.
Them secret tunnels on King David.
It's not a physical thing. You can't just pick it up.
Man, look. Y'all got it right here. I'm back at the Chabad, Lubavitch. And he don't know black people is the real Jews. I'm putting him on game on King David. You ain't just see the government expose that box and the Jesus was black?
What are you talking about?
What you mean? Say you gonna kick me out because I'm being honest?
No, absolutely not. I'm not kicking you out.
What y'all call them little twisty things in your head?
This side curls.
Side curls. Let me tell y'all something though. King David, I'm not Kanye, so don't cancel me on BD.
So listen, this guy is basically trying to insinuate the idea. Like, you can say he's, he goes around, his whole idea is to, be comedic and whatnot. I'll let you know, he's gone to Chabad Lubavitch like 3 or 4 times. He deliberately pronounces it incorrectly. And you'll see, he's been getting worse and worse and worse each time that he goes. Harassing Jews, literally going into a store, telling Jews that they aren't real Jews, and saying that black people are real Jews. Honestly, Famous Richard, here's my challenge to you. Let's debate this scripturally. I know you love to go around harassing Jews, but if you claim that you have these racist beliefs that, according to your understanding, and we can debate whether or not Jesus is a Messiah. My whole channel is devoted to, dealing with these types of falsehoods that maybe you have espoused from the teachings of your people, Christian, or let's get an idea of who this guy is too. So who are his people? So this individual here, in case you're wondering why he keeps saying on King David over and over and over again, it's because he's a part of a gang. started by this individual named David Barksdale. You can see the image here. I did a little bit of research on this. It's a gang that was started in Chicago, Illinois, and Barksdale is a founder of what is known today as the Black Disciples, but was originally referred to as the Devil's Disciples. And yeah, he was one of the founding members. So this is a gang from Chicago that I guess started in 1958. So yes, that's why he keeps saying on King David, because that's what they refer to this gang leader as. And it sounds like, I don't know if the gang itself espouses these Black Hebrew Israelite, the idea that Black people are the real Jews and all this identity stealing nonsense that we've dealt with on this channel before. But like I said, I would love to have a theological discussion with you, famous Richard, since you claim to know so much about who the real Jews are. And we can go through the Tanakh, the Hebrew Bible, or the Old Testament, whatever you call it, and we can discuss that. And if you want to discuss, why Jesus is not the Messiah as well, quite frankly, I don't care what color his skin was, but there's nowhere in the Hebrew Bible that says that Jews are defined by a skin color. So whether it be black, white, whatever. And I've done debates on my channel about this, so you can have the advantage of looking at my debates that I've done. I've debated against Sicarii, this individual. His name is Ariella Sicarii. Made a fool out of him. It's Sicarii Hebrew Israelite gets humiliated by an Orthodox Jew. Me, Yehudi Yisrael. And then I also did a debate with a white Hebrew Israelite, somebody who claimed that only Anglo-Saxons were the real Jews, which obviously is nonsense. Jews are not defined by race. We have a tribal component. We've, Ashkenazi, Sephardim, Mizrahi Jews, we all have a track record of keeping these laws, keeping the Torah throughout the past 2,000 years. I don't think that the Black Hebrew Israelite individuals really have that, to my knowledge, nor the Christian church of keeping the Torah, keeping the identity of the biblical Jews. We've preserved the tribe of Levi, right? We can discuss all of these things, right? But hey, the ball is in your court, famous Richard. Let's have a real serious discussion instead of you going around harassing Jews. Anyway, let's get into this. Let's get into more of what this individual is doing, and you'll get a bigger picture when we're done with the video.
That's good.
Nah, I'm being 100. I rock with y'all. But I just want y'all to know Black people is the real Jews.
But you know that's BS.
That's what?
You know that's BS.
Who told you that?
It's obvious. You wear tzitzis, you have sideburns, you have beard.
What do you mean? We is the real Israelites.
That's bullshit.
So you can see this guy's, this Jew is explaining to this, person who's making these accusatory statements toward real Jews, claiming that we stole their identity, is saying, you don't have any sort of track record of keeping the Torah. And that's what this kid is saying. He's like, you don't have any track record of wearing tzitzit. You don't have Talmudic laws that have defined throughout the millennia regarding how to keep the Torah, right? You don't have any of that. And of course, I'm sure this guy believes in, some we have to forget our identity and stuff. And we already debunked that. I also did a video, if you don't want to watch this, it has over 20,000 views, but if you don't feel like watching that video because you, for whatever reason, have a short attention span, you can watch this. This is also somebody who espouses these Black Hebrew Israelite views. A lot of them are on TikTok. And I debunk his position. He actually admits that Jews can keep our identity and still be Jews. I give examples such as Daniel, who lived under the curses of exile, and Black Hebrew Israelites have to throw out the book of Daniel if they want to say, well, you don't have ancestry of people being slaves on ships. Well, nor did Daniel, and he was under the curses of exile. Black Hebrew Israelites don't know what to do with that, so they have to eventually admit that their stupidity of you don't fit the curses. You don't have to fit every single curse in order to be a Jew. That's not how a Jew is defined in the Bible. An Israelite, whatever you want to call it, right? it's not defined that way, but that's the stupidity that the Black Hebrew Israelite movement has done to try to, blame Jews, real Jews, for quote unquote stealing their identity, which the vast majority of them have no Jewish ancestry, no Jew ancestry. Sorry, I know the ish is something they try to reappropriate. So Yehudi, right, the Hebrew word for it. They are not Yehudim. We are Yehudim, the people who have always claimed to be Yehudim. Anyway,
That's not no BS game.
You can't track. You can't look back at your father, your father's father, your father's father. Don't come from Israel. Come from
Ain't no King David. His ass tweaking. I don't know what's wrong with him.
there's nothing wrong with him. He's speaking the truth. Like, I can go back every single one of my ancestors back to my great grandparents, as far back as I can trace. When you go back that many far generations, the gravestones are all in Hebrew. This proves that we have a legitimate link relative to anyone else, right? You're not going to see that with, I'm sure, this famous Richard individual, if he's claiming he's a real Jew just based on the color of his skin. Like, he doesn't have any track record of that. He's just claiming, nonsense about curses and, people stole his identity. And there is no, once again, there's nothing in the Hebrew Bible that says that, Jacob was black and Esau was white and they were twins. Like, if that was such an important factor, then you would expect that there would be a distinction there. It describes him, Esau as having red hair. It also describes King David in the same way, right? Admoni, we've discussed this before. It's stupidity, right? Like, there's nothing in the Hebrew Bible that says that all Jews are defined by being black or all Israelites are defined by being black. There's always been conversion. Even King David's great-grandmother, Ruth, was a Moabite convert. Queen Esther in the book of Esther, right? Nobody knew she was a Jew until the end of the Purim story. Ahasuerus didn't know. Haman didn't know, and he was from Amalek. And a lot of these Black Hebrew Israelites claim that we are from Amalek because they like to reverse what, it's absurd, right? It's stupidity. But, like if it was so obvious that, are all Persians black-skinned? Otherwise, like, why was Haman surprised at the end of the Purim story to learn that Esther was a Jew? If it was so obvious because all Jews were supposedly black. It makes no sense. There is no racial distinction to Jews. Now, one thing to say also is that Adolf Hitler, right, who literally tried to destroy all the Jews basically like ethnically cleanse Germany or Europe of Jews, right? He didn't consider us to be white. That's the irony of all of this, right? But all of a sudden, when it comes to, the Palestinian stuff, oh, no, all you are white. Hitler knew we weren't white. We were never defined as white in Europe. We were always defined as a separate ethnicity than the Europeans, because we're not. There's no history that we identified as some sort of massive group of converted people, right? The Khazar theory and all that. I've debunked that as well. If you want to see a more in-depth video about that, I highly recommend checking out. If anyone, sorry, that wasn't what I was trying to do. So there's a video where it's called A Zionist Jew Schools Muslim or Palestinian Muslims on the Quran, Israel, and the Hebrew Bible live on TikTok. So check that out. And Famous Richard, you're invited to check that out. If you want to have a debate about that will lay out all my views clearly for you. Anyway, let's keep watching.
King David, hey, free Palestine, man. What the fuck you talking about? Yeah, that's dude. On BD.
Low-life like you that destroys society.
You said what?
I said it's a low-life like you that's destroying society.
How? Because I said free Palestine?
You come attacking people in the store.
Ooh, black people is the real Jews on King David. What? On King David, what? I'll do that to you. What? Oh, BD, stop playing with me. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. What's good in there, man? 16.
Like, let's be honest here. Like, what was the point of that whole interaction, right? He keeps saying, don't treat me like Kanye, don't cancel me. Kanye West said that he likes Hitler. I don't know. I guess don't treat him like Kanye because he likes Hitler. Is that what he's trying to imply? I mean, he never said that, but it's just like, why are you comparing yourself to Kanye West when you're saying things that Kanye West, like, why would you expect not to be treated like Kanye when you're insinuating blood libel, when you're claiming that Jews aren't real Jews? You're espousing all of the horrible things that Kanye has done. Like, and like I said, I'm the last person to call, to cry wolf on these types of things. But honestly, and I'm very impressed with the way that a lot of these, these Jews are handling themselves in these types of situations. They literally let him go into 770. They just let him in there. They were so inviting to him. And look what he does with that invitation. Look how he treats the people who literally invited him into 770, to the Chabad Lubavitch headquarters. And look what he does with that.
Hey, I gotta teach all white kids. I'm just trying to see the tunnels, man. I'm just trying to see the tunnels. That's all I'm trying to see is the tunnels. Why you kicking me out, man?
So you can see, what's his point? His point is obviously to belittle Jews, to make fun of us, I don't know. If I were, nobody do this, ever. This is absolutely degenerate behavior. But what would happen hypothetically if, like, a white person went into, a black place of, let's say there's a, like a black Hebrew Israelite church or whatever, and they dressed, in a particular way and whatever, and because you'll see later, he actually appropriates the dress of Chabad, and he goes out and buys a black hat. We'll show that in the next video. But like, started acting like that and starts yelling and saying, how do you feel about, and said some like conspiracy theory against, black people or something, or started saying like, blood libels against them, or, it's really funny to me too, because he wants to be the real Jew, but like, isn't the whole thing about, the Jews killing Jesus? I wonder if he believes that black people killed Jesus. That would be an interesting discussion to have. It's always an interesting discussion to have with black Hebrew Israelites, because they want to, they want to fit all these curses and whatever. But then some of them will actually say that they believe that, it was like Jews, like, like actual, like who they would claim aren't Jews, but, like, and they would say that we actually killed them, and they'll like say like they were a bunch of like Edomite converts or some nonsense, right? And they'll say that's your descendant. It's like, are you a Jew or are you not a Jew? According to the New Testament, the false New Testament, right? The Jews were responsible for killing Jesus on some level, right? We read that in my video on this Christ is King, is it anti-Semitic, right? Regarding the Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro. Spoiler alert for that video. I don't really care for the word anti-Semitic. You'll notice in this video, I'm not really calling that out here. It's up to you to make that decision, whatever this is. Like, what is his point? Like, what is he trying to do? You want to call it anti-Semitism, anti-Judaism, anti-Jewish, whatever you want to call it. He's clearly trying to insinuate strife between black people and Jews by saying that Jews somehow stole his identity that he has no proof of claim, like that kid was saying. Like, it's just nonsense. Anyway, let's see him try to culturally appropriate Jews, or the Lubavitch dress, and let's see how he fares here.
How do you feel about the Chabad Lubavitch, the hidden tunnels, the secret hidden tunnels?
Can I ask you a question?
What was you guys really hiding underneath them tunnels?
It wasn't a tunnel.
How do you feel about the New York Police Department exposing them hidden tunnels?
It was a basement.
It was a basement?
Yeah.
What was them bloody...
Fucking factual.
What was them bloody beds? What was them bloody beds? It was beds. It was kid baby beds, bloody beds.
So you can see this guy is literally insinuating a blood libel against Jews. Like, this isn't even a joke at this point. He's like actually doing it, right? I said, I don't cry wolf. But what is this guy doing? He has gone to Chabad Lubavitch. If you go on his channel, right, how many times has he gone? I'm absolutely amazed at the decorum and how you see this kid smiling here. Like, these people know that he's going and harassing Jews, and I'm really, really impressed. Look, he calls 10,000 pilgrims. He's being absolutely the most disrespectful, and he's just doing it over and over again. And like I said, the silver lining is that I'm very impressed with the way that we have been handling it and not really stooping to his level. You know, the guy called him out and said, like, it's lowlifes like you that, you know, make the world a horrible place. Look, there's a lot of truth to that statement. Like, what is this guy trying to accomplish? He's extremely selfish. He calls himself Famous Richard. He's obviously looking for clout. You know, this is his job. This is how he makes a living, is basically going around harassing Jews and, you know, minorities and whatever, like, and just saying, you know, hurling false things about people. And it's pathetic. But yeah, Famous Richard, if you want to have a real discussion about this and you want to claim that you're the real Jews, let's see if you can really have the information to back that up, and let's do a real debate about this. We can do it on TikTok, Clubhouse, StreamYard, whatever. I've done plenty of debates. I put plenty of your ilk in their place. Like I said, I've done it on TikTok before with, you know, this K Hasmonius, silly guy. And I've done it with Ariella Sicarii. I've done it with you know, people who claim that white people are the real Israelites. Nonsense. If you want to become a Jew so bad, you can convert. You can find your local Orthodox rabbi and you can convert. We'll welcome you if you're actually sincere. But no, you just want to walk around wearing the dress and making fun of it. I mean, what does that say? You guys let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you think that this guy is, you know, what do you think his MO is, what he's trying to accomplish, and what you think. Do you think he'll actually take me up on the challenge? Probably not. He's a coward, you know, just running around trying to take advantage of, you know, the real Jews and trying to slander us for no reason, really.
That's the thing. What was that? There was rituals. That's what trying to know. Black people was the real Jews. Be cool.
Are from Judea.
Y'all,
And Judea's in the Middle East.
you Jewish, my brother. You are your own. But
My
it's like,
family lives in Israel
look,
for hundreds.
you gotta know your history, gang. Know your history on King David.
Alright.
Martin Luther King he did that would have been GD, but we all already know. Malcolm X was a Blackstone,
I
gang.
don't even know
Malcolm
what
X
you're
was a fucking black. You don't even know who that is, okay? You from New York, you don't even know who that is.
You don't know where I'm from.
Where you from? Where you from? Don't your shut up, okay? Where your paper? Where is you from, okay? Where you
Can
from?
you not scream my
Where you
ears?
from, gang?
I'm
How you coming on video? Where is you from? Where you from?
I'm from Israel.
You
And
from-
you're
Oh,
dancing.
my brother. You from Israel. You from the motherland.
Yeah, I
The
am.
motherland.
I am. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, I hear you. It's cold as hell. And y'all surrounded me on
just
King
realized
David. Y'all surrounded me, gang. Why is you gripping my hand
You
like
should put
that?
on. You should put on a coat.
Oh.
You should drink some hot tea, and you should connect to your own soul and stop reading like random articles on Twitter. All right?
The Chabad Lubavitch is right there. I just went there 2 times and they kicked me out. Why they kick me out?
Synagogue.
I don't know. Why did they kick you out? I don't know. Like, you saw the whole going down, right? He starts out, he's dressed, you know, whatever. That's fine. They still let him in, even though he's, you know, clearly not, you know, you can see how welcoming they were to him when he first entered. And then he took advantage of that and he started acting like a fool. He started, you know, doing all these sorts of insinuating things, and then he's like, why did you do that? Don't treat me like Kanye. I mean, you're acting like Kanye. You're acting like somebody who likes Hitler. If you're going to compare yourself to that, then that's the treatment that you're going to get. And if you're trying to insinuate strife, you're trying to ignore the truth that Jews are Jews are Jews, and Jews aren't some sort of racial, there's nowhere in the Hebrew Bible where it says that all the Jews are black and all the whites are Edomites. It's nonsense. And we can debate that if you want, famous Richard. If not, you can continue making a career on making fun of Jews, and I know it's trendy, it's cool, so you want to get the clout for it because that's the cool thing. Free Palestine, that's what making the money now. Everyone's jumping on the bandwagon, hating the Jews. I mean, it's not like it's new. We've been dealing with it for over 2,000 years since the advent of Christianity. So I don't know. You tell me. Did since black people who you claim are the real Jews, did black people kill Jesus? You tell me. You want to be a real Jew? You want to actually take what the even your scriptures say, your false scriptures in the New Testament? Okay, but you can't have your cake and eat it too, and just say, oh, we fit the curses, you don't, but you killed Jesus. Like, not that we care either way. I don't trust the New Testament as far as I can throw it, but you see, and just. What are you going to do with this? You guys tell me. Anyway, I hope you guys got some sort of insight into this as to what's going on here. Let me know what you think in the comments. Shalom Aleichem.